What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Has-Beens. I'm Matt Braden.
And I'm Braden Laura.
And let's just start it off real quick. OU, Thursday night game in Iowa.
Always a potential trap game.
Always a potential trap game. And it looked like it could have been, but I think OU went really, really vanilla and just tried to play it safe. No mixing, no P rhyme, just kind of play it safe, do all that stuff. At least that's what it looked like anyways.
Get in and get out.
Get in and get out with a win. That's all you can ask for. That's all I really have to say about it. So, I mean, unless you have anything to add.
No, I mean, though you had y'all's like fullback playing running back, right? So
yes.
That's just kind of how the game was.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I didn't watch much of it, but D.D. Westbrook, another 100-yard game I saw. So.
Yeah. Putting up stats.
So you didn't get worse. That's what counted.
Exactly. But OSU
was a little bit of a scare.
Had a bit of a scare in the Little Apple, Manhattan, Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us about it. Let's hear.
Probably should have lost, honestly. But the way we played, it was just terrible. Kansas State is really one-dimensional in that they only can really run. And and the thing is, like, we knew that, so you knew you had the game plan for it. But we, Glenn Spencer, not his best game as a defensive coordinator. Had not. It just you have to have like 8 guys in the box for that. If they're not going to pass, just go, put players in the box, and we didn't do that, so they proceeded to run all over us for like the tune of 350 yards. But offense held in there. Defense stopped them when they needed to in the fourth. The bend but don't break right there was perfectly executed again. And, we won. So, and I thought we'd win by more in my score prediction, but it's at Kansas State, and they are still a bowl team regardless of how bad their offense can be.
This point in the season doesn't matter how much you can buy.
Honestly,
you just gotta get the dubs.
The thing that impressed me was last year we beat them at home, and we got like 40 or 50, maybe 60 yards on 1.9 yards a carry. This year, I think we had 190 yards on 6.9 yards per carry. And that's a stat defense always. So, and the OSU's running game woes are terrible. And I said, like, if we were going to be successful and try to compete in the Big 12, we'd have to be able to run the ball. And that's kind of what we're starting to do. So, hey, win's a win. And
I feel like it's a common theme. It has been like these past couple of years with Gundy and OSU. Is just like no matter how bad like they play that day, they find a way to get it done.
Yeah,
and that's a good thing to have because whenever you're not playing your best, you still find a way. Something happens, something goes your way. You get that crucial stop or crucial turnover on defense, and then you get that clutch play from someone like James Washington did, and Mason just throwing a deep ball and hitting him down the field for the game-winning touchdown.
Let your athletes do it.
Exactly.
I think I saw a stat after that game. In the last 19 games, he's 18-1 when he's favored. So he's beating who he should be, and that one is the Central Michigan loss.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets it done. Gundy's like one of the most. He gets fired up, but he's always like level-headed on the sideline, and he's won enough games over the years that I totally trust him. Just. Let's fight another day. Now I think OU and OSU are atop the standings in the Big 12, so barreling toward a Big 12 championship.
Maybe.
Game.
It could happen.
Hopefully.
Could happen. So
next week?
Who do you guys play?
Oh, we play Tech, yeah. We play Texas Tech. So that score might surpass OU's score with them, honestly. Man, you were saying you think OU's DBs got burned. Just wait.
Oh no! It won't be that bad.
I don't know.
It won't be that bad. I doubt Mahomes.
Just the fact that it's home might help us out a little bit.
I doubt Mahomes throws it 88 times again and sets the all-time record.
He might. I don't.
yards.
Yeah, he keeps getting banged up, and
I think his arm's getting tired. I think he's like
or is,
he needs
yeah.
a pitch count like they do in
Well,
the MLB.
He could probably be 50% still get 300 on us easy in a quarter or a half. But with that, I think we're still gonna win. Actually, I'm pretty confident. We won like 8 straight against Tech.
No matter how bad anyone's defense is in the Big 12,
yeah.
Texas
is worse.
It's the worst.
And yeah, they're gonna make our. I hope we can still we stick to running the ball because eat up the clock, keep their offense off the field, and hopefully with their defense, we can look like we can make our running backs look like Bo Jackson out there. So, and we always do tend to score a lot of points with them. So I'm going big score wise again. I'm gonna say OSU 65, Tech 45.
Tech 45. I like that. I really like that score. I'm gonna go big as well, just because Tech's defense is just god awful. It's just terrible.
Just terrible.
It's just so bad.
Kansas really is better, though, I think, honestly.
It very well could be.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me at all. I would go. God, I really like your score prediction. We'll go 59-38 OSU with the victory.
Boom.
With the victory.
I hope so.
Yeah. I tried to get close to your score, but not your actual score, so because I really like that. Moving on, OU Baylor at home. Last time this happened, the OU fans. This is the first time I was actually at this game, and this is the first time I heard the OU fans boo OU.
Really?
They were booing OU, mainly Mike Stoops on the defense, because they just backed off the receivers. They just backed off them 10 yards.
Yeah.
And so Baylor figured it out. They had Bryce Petty. Bryce Petty just snapped it, threw it to Coleman. Coleman would run about 10 yards. First down. Other side, like Katie Cannon.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
10 yards.
It
was stupid. We didn't make adjustments, and we got it handed to us. And so we'll see. They did not look very great this weekend.
Oh, not at all.
Against TCU,
which was amazing to see.
I know. I was glad that really glad that happened.
You had mentioned earlier, one of our first podcasts, that you thought, and I'm agreeing with you here, you thought they saw the talent, and I think you're right to be competitive and maybe win the Big 12. I think at this point, with all that stuff surrounding them, that was just the team just kind of from within,
Yeah.
That's they have the talent to win, beat TCU, but you can tell they know their program is about to just go off the deep end. So I think that's what that was. There's no way. TCU isn't bad, but they're not 40 points better than Baylor. So I think OU is gonna. It's gonna.
We will see.
I think it's gonna be.
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna blow them out just because our defense is so bad. But I'm going to go OU. I'm torn. I'm going to go OU.
Mixon's back. Yeah, that was a one game.
Yeah, Mixon's back, and P. Ryan will be back as well.
Ooh,
What I said. So that's good. I'm going to go OU 42, Baylor 31.
42-31?
42-31.
I'm going.
I don't know why I keep picking these games so low. It's going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why I've learned. I've started upping my scores recently. OSU ran for 220 on Baylor this year, and that's when our offensive line was still just starting to click. And OU having those running backs in that line, I'd say, I think 50s. I think a 52. I don't know. I'll say 52-28. I think Baylor's just kind of spiraling down right now. So
I like it. I like the prediction.
There you go.
So something else happened since last time we talked. The Thunder played the Warriors, and we all blacked out and no one saw what happened. So, anyways,
I got an ESPN alert saying they won, but
whatever. I don't remember that.
I didn't see it. So.
No one saw it. Prove it.
Yeah.
But regardless of that game,
yeah,
best start in franchise history since 04, 05?
05 season, yeah.
Seattle, whenever they were the Sonics. Starting off 6-1. Looking pretty good. And
Not-
like I mentioned earlier, not that I wanted Kevin Durant or that I'm happy that he left. I'm not happy that he left at all. Still wanted him. But I do see a lot more fluidity and a lot more motion in our offense, working it around. Not just come down and throw it
Stand
to either
around.
Westbrook or Durant or whatever.
Because they have to do that. Like,
Yeah.
they can't just let KD rest. They have to, like, move it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know, like, we haven't played the hardest schedule, but we've played good teams. I mean, we beat
Clippers
at LA, and then we smoked Lakers at home, and like the Lakers are still kind of rebuilding, but or not really rebuilding. They have their guys now. They're just starting, like, it's just gonna take time. But they beat the Warriors by 20, so that's a talented team, and so I'd say that's a good win.
Mm-hmm.
The Heat last night, that's probably a playoff, like a lower seed playoff team in the East. So
by the way, shout out Deion Waiters. Glad to see you back in Oklahoma City.
Absolutely.
I loved playoff Deion.
Deion, he was saving up. He was saving up all year for the playoffs.
He was very show out in the playoffs.
So
no, if you had told me that we were going to start off 6-1, would not have believed you. But
I don't think I would have.
But here we are.
Yeah,
here we are. And that's all you can ask. Really,
everyone's playing really, really well. Sabonis, man.
Sabonis is okay. From that first game, the 76ers, he looked lost. He looked like completely lost at times.
Yeah.
And from these couple games stretches, like, he has improved every single week.
That's like Billy Donovan.
Awesome.
That's the coaching staff. That's him also.
Exactly.
And he's a rookie. So that's the main thing to remember here is he's not afraid. We were talking. Me and Matt were talking about, even in the Warriors game, he was still going at KD.
Yeah.
When KD was on him, like, he's not. He has the outside touch, but then he'll go in the paint too.
Mm-hmm. And Oladipo started to shoot better too. He didn't play very well against the 76ers in that first game, but ever since then he's gotten better and better.
And Laverne, man,
Joffrey.
I didn't even know how to say his name until like a day ago, but I would see him on TV, and that's the guy from the Nuggets who. I heard that we just got him as like a piece for maybe like a potential trade or some kind of thing, and so he wasn't expected to play a lot. But he's solid off the bench.
And I thought against the Warriors he didn't play bad.
Yeah,
I mean we didn't play well. Outside. We didn't play well as a team that game, but I didn't think he stuck out like a sore thumb. I thought he played pretty well.
Mm-hmm. And people were on Twitter talking about see the Thunder or y'all can't compete with them. I was like, that's one game. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, that's still one game.
It's one game coming off a back-to-back from the Clippers the night before.
And the Warriors, I mean, just to show that, like, how it works, like, we got killed by the Warriors, they got killed by Lakers, we killed. Like, it's just basketball,
Exactly.
Like, you can't go off that one game.
It's a long season.
All the new guys in that game looked a little overwhelmed, but they're only going to get, like, Sabonis, they're all going to get better, and I trust Billy Donovan, so I'm not worried about it. Yeah. I just wish we could get them here quicker than February 11th, but...
Right.
So it's like revamped. And I was at the Miami game last night, and it was kind of exciting to see because whenever Russ was on the bench, he was like really involved in the game, like more so than I've ever seen. Like he's like you can see him like coaching the guys, you can see him like talking to all the guys. So like I believe like we all believed him whenever he said like this is like my team, I'm sticking up for my guys.
Yeah.
After KD said he was like selfish or whatever, you can tell like Russ really is invested in the team. So it's good to see.
It's awesome. It is awesome. Braden, there's one huge thing.
Oh, what is it?
That we have not talked about.
What is it?
That has happened since the last time we talked.
Is it something we haven't talked about in 2 weeks because I was afraid to talk about it last week because I didn't want to curse?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm waiting on my championship gear to get in the mail, or else I'd be wearing it right now. But
Chicago Cubs,
World Series champions.
Only took them 108 years.
108 years. Hopefully, it doesn't take another 108. But oh my God, yes.
And then the parade, the 7th largest human gathering
I saw that.
ever. That's amazing.
Yeah,
and they were eating goat meat.
Yeah,
for the goat curse.
Like,
that's awesome.
I still haven't even wrapped my mind around it because this whole year, like going into the season, I thought we would. We were the favorites too, so it's not like a whole underdog story. But just how it came about, because we had the best record in the majors, and then it's like everyone's like, well, just because they have the best record, like the past few teams that have had it, like only 2 have won, and then it's like okay, and then you have to go through San Francisco, and they're just battle worn. Like they've done that.
They're
Yeah,
even year stuff. Man.
They know how to win championships, and they have Bumgarner, and we beat them. And then we had the Dodgers, who was kind of on a little hot streak after they got Kershaw back in the end of the season. And then first few games we lost our offense, and I was worried. And then we go to LA, explode against them. Addison Russell, Anthony Rizzo. So then we beat Kershaw on probably the biggest game that he's ever thrown, that we'd ever played in Game 6. So then the World Series came around, and then you had the Indians, who were on, like, they have their own, like, drought. It's not as bad as the Cubs, but theirs is, like, since 48. So they had a story going. They had, like, the whole underdog team.
They were the literal underdogs.
Literal underdogs, yeah. But even then, they were playing lights out. They had Kluber, they had Bauer, they had Francona. I didn't know this, but he had never lost a World Series game because I knew he had 2 championships, but they were all sweeps. So, and so then for us to go down 3-1, even though going into the series I thought we would win, but when we were down 3-1, I was quickly like, well, maybe not this year.
Right.
So we didn't even talk about it last podcast because I was afraid of. I'm very superstitious, especially about the Cubs. I was like, we're gonna curse them. I was like, don't even talk about it. It doesn't even matter. And then they won, and I was so emotional. It was great. It was like the perfect script too. Game 7. Like anytime there's a Game 7 of anything, we see how it goes. It's awesome.
Yes.
And we were there, and it really kind of felt like I honestly, like, the next 2 nights I had dreams that it wasn't real. Yeah, because I was like, oh wait, no, they probably reviewed the last out, like Rizzo stepped off the bag, because it's not supposed to happen like that for us. Yeah. But Game 7, 10 innings, rain delay, and Chapman, the best closer in the game, giving up the home run. Man, it was a roller coaster. And I've never been so excited probably in my life for a sports moment. And the scary thing is they were the youngest team to do it since like '66 to win the World Series. So I'm hoping we get to add a few more to that.
There you go.
I've never had a team win a championship. Except I've had
1945.
This is great. OSU football retroactively gets awarded the 45 championship. That's just
2 in 1 year.
2 in 1 year. It can't get any better than this. So hopefully OSU wrestling, their preseason #1. Hopefully they bring it in and let's go for it. But it was exciting. I could probably go on for an hour about it, but
I can honestly say with confidence that's the best baseball game I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, hands down. Yeah, sporting event top 5, baseball game #1, as for sure.
Best baseball game I've ever watched.
Like it was all hands on deck. Like everyone played a part. Even like Miguel Montero, like the third catcher on the roster. He had the grand slam against the Dodgers in Game 1. We lose that game. Who knows how that ends up in the series? And then bottom of the 10th, even though Zobrist had the go-ahead run, Miggy tacked on the second run in the inning, which proved to be the game winner because they scored one in the bottom of the 10th. So. It was just feel good stories all around. Addison Russell, Anthony Rizzo having their bad look at the plate, and then my guy Javi Baez. That's my dude right there. So
that dude's awesome.
It was perfect.
Awesome. It was funny to see the chain of reactions because Hendricks is pretty much throwing a gem. Like he's one run and he's
3 hits, I think.
Yeah, and he's just throwing a gem. Take him out for Lester, which in turn means you have to take out Contreras to put David Ross in, even though Contreras had an RBI as well.
Yeah, and he was hitting pretty well this series.
Yeah, so you have to bring Ross in because Lester will only throw it to David Ross.
Mm-hmm.
And Lester lets him back in it a little bit.
Yeah, and then
lets him back, and then Ross.
Grandpa Ross, oldest guy in the World Series.
And then Ross hits a home run. So just when you think, why did... And I think we even texted each other about this one as well. Why did Madden take Hendricks out?
Whole postseason, Matt's been there for emotional support, through it all. But whenever he took Hendricks out, I was like, are you kidding me? And then even when he took Lester out for Chapman, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, Hendricks was doing fine, Lester was doing fine, and then after that first little spell of Lester was doing. Yeah, I was like, he just I think he inherited a runner too. Like, and Madden had mentioned before, he's like, I don't want to give Lester, like, I want to give him a clean like start, like no runners. So, and then Lester's only on 2 days rest. But I mean, you're right though. It's just funny how that played out. David Ross hits that home run. Baez hits that one, and then
it's amazing. Off of Andrew Miller too. They've been
that's the thing. That's honestly that's probably one of my favorite parts about this whole
unhittable.
run. Yeah, one of my favorite parts about this entire postseason run is like the titans of the pitching game right now. Like we kind of take like Bumgarner, Kershaw, and the thing even with Kershaw and Kluber, like Kershaw got us the first time around, like this total domination. Then we got him the second time when it counted. Kluber got us the first 2 times, but we got a little bit better than the third one. Just lights out. Same with Andrew Miller. Same with Rich Hill. Man, that gets me excited.
That was an awesome series, man. That was just. Yeah. I'm not even a Cubs fan, but that was. It was. I found myself rooting for him, as I'm sure like everyone else did, because it's been so long for them to. Let's stop with the Cubs bandwagon hate. Okay, we could all like.
Yeah, it's a mutually story,
we could all mutually feel like good for them. It's been since 1908.
This is like a Cool Runnings type moment, okay? They've been trying, but no, it feels amazing. Hey, honestly, if I could, I would write Theo Epstein for president. He turned the Red Sox around. I mean, he turned their curse around and the Cubs. Yeah, it's the smartest man in America as far as I'm concerned.
He's awesome. But I think that brings us.
To what's known in Cleveland.
As some type of way.
I drop top of my wheel, that car driving make you feel some type of way. I know you do. That custom brightly make you feel some type of way.
And this some type of way is brought to you by McLovin of the movie Superbad, for those who don't know who McLovin is.
But everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah. Well, I just gave my spiel about what has me feel some
type of way. There you go. All right.
That'll have me feel some type of way for the next probably 10 podcasts. Honestly, I might just stick with it. So
there you go.
Yeah.
It's Braden some type of way. I have a some type of way about Baylor handing out Coach Art Briles shirts at their last game against TCU. That you deserve that. Oh, yeah. You deserve that just like the 60 what was it 62-22?
62-22.
Yeah, the 40-point lot. You deserve that. You deserve that. That's karma.
Their fans, even the players were saying like we're wearing black for Coach Briles.
Yeah, no. It should have been those shirts. If you missed it, they had the pound sign CAB, meaning Coach Art Briles. Should have been spelled KAB. Karma's A. You know the rest. It's just it's stupid. It's stupid to think to me, and I know Art Briles has come out and said that he had no idea what was going on. He's all that stuff, whatever, all that stuff. Well, you're just not in control at that point. You have no control over your guys at that point. That's terrible excuse. You knew. Mm-hmm. You knew. Don't try. We're not stupid. Don't try to fool people. You're the head coach. When you're the head coach of a college team, you're the CEO. You're the overseer of everything. Absolutely. You're the president of operations.
You set the standard.
Yeah, you're president of operations. You're not in the NFL where you have an owner, mm-hmm. then a GM, then an assistant GM, then president of football operations, then all this other stuff as well, then head coach. No, you're all that wrapped into one in the college. As a college head coach, and so I don't believe that at all. That he had no idea. I think it's just absolutely disgusting from Baylor fans to pass that out at their games, and that's what they get. 40-point loss to TCU.
My favorite part about that is those shirts were black, and so the favorite joke I saw on Twitter was like, "That's black for their own funeral." Which it is. It is. I think that is the game that is. Really last week because who did they lose to last week?
Texas.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah, that's the start of it, of the decline. And which you're right. Even if Art Briles had no idea about that specific instance, I mean, let's look at like the stuff he's allowed. Like he's brought in transfers. I can't remember
that have had history.
The Boise State transfer that had I think he even pleaded guilty to the the domestic assault. He brought in Sean Oakman from Penn State. Like I mean, and I get giving certain players second chances, but it seems like you kept hearing about those players. Like even after they got to Baylor, like there's only so many chances you can give somebody, and like so the way I see it is players, they're known they're not going to get in trouble. So that's so by indirect association, he did kind of let that whole culture go.
Definitely.
So
I think Baylor deserves everything they get.
yeah.
So that's my some type of way. I do not like Baylor.
So see them at the bottom of the conference barrel next year, right?
Yes, back to their rightful position, I think.
And
their rightful position,
just
where they belong.
Heads up, they have as of like a week or two ago, so I'm sure it's still the same. I can only imagine they had one recruit, and I've told you this. They had one recruit for this upcoming class, and OSU's been recruiting him pretty heavily. He's a cornerback, and on his Twitter, he followed a bunch of OSU coaches. So
they could have zero.
Take that, yeah, let's take it. Yeah,
they could have 0 recruits and just hope for walk-ons.
That'll be great.
So that would be enough karma right there, I think.
Absolutely.
But yes, that pretty much does it for us. Do you have anything else?
I don't. So. If anybody's even been keeping track, we haven't been getting out matchup Mondays. We've been busy.
No, we've been really busy.
We'll get to it eventually, but we'll try to put out more articles in the meantime. And
that's our bad.
Yeah, that's our bad.
Okay.
I don't really have an excuse, but it's just the Cubs win. There's a lot going on emotionally.
There's been.
We'll get to it eventually, but we'll also have other articles we'll put out, and Top 5 Tuesdays will never leave. So
no, Top 5 Tuesdays will always be there.
Yeah.
But yes, let's shout out Christina Applegate real quick.
Yes, she's a big fan of the show.
Yes.
And
yeah, definitely.
Thank you for all you do, Christina. We couldn't do it without you.
Couldn't do it without you. Couldn't have said it better myself. All right, well, we are the has-beens. Wish we could go longer, but we can't because we're has-beens.
We're the has-beens.